My name is Rachel Newman-Waddy, and what I'm going to do today is walk you through your interscoral reliability dashboard and the different exams. So, American Academy of Sleep Medicine has this interscoral reliability software, and so you can go in and it's simulating scoring in the laboratory, but this is a real record that has been submitted. So first, you click on a record, and here's your listing here. And then you click to continue going in, even though they give you some instructions here. So once you are inside this record area, you will see over to the left that you have all of the different lines of data here, where the eye movements are here, and the EEG, the chin, the ECG, the leg movements, snoring, and the CPAP machine and the abdomen flow, and here's your DSAT right here. Now, to start doing this, what you need to do is click on Edit Montage, because here you can see the whole montage, but what you want to do to stage is click on Stage, and then put this back, hide it back away, and so here it becomes really clear to you what stage of sleep that you're in. So, as we are here, each record is 200 epochs, and each epoch is, or epoch, and each epoch or epoch is 30 seconds. So we have 100 minutes of full data here. And so you start at epoch 1 in the corner here, and on your keyboard, 0 is wake, 1 is stage 1, 2 is stage 2, 3 is stage 3, and 5 is REM. So when you start at epoch 1, you can go back 1 and then forward to see where you really are here in the process. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 2 for stage 2. And with this montage enlarged, you can really see clearly all of the different landmarks that you will typically see in each stage. And so I'm just going to move this down a little bit so you can also see the hypnogram down here at the bottom. So as you go along and do your staging of the sleep, you can see how much in this hypnogram, how much is stage 2, and the point where you really go into REM, which is right here. Let me move this up so you can see the landmarks. Okay. So you see here that the eyes are flat, and you go to the next epoch. And at the next epoch, you see your first mirror image of the eye movement. And so I continue another epoch or so to make sure I'm convinced that that's REM, and then go back to where I saw the first landmark and name that REM. And as you go along, the eyes will show you a more typical example of the REM movement in the eyes. And it's really fun to watch, because as you see this typical REM, rolling eye movement in the REM, the patient's eyes are rolling back and forth as they commonly do in REM sleep. So you go through and you continue to put in what stage that you want as you're doing the scoring. But you go over to Edit Montage to see the full screen to do the staging. So, and then you hide that back again, and then right click, and you want to have the 120-second epoch duration. And the reason that you do is, you see here, you can clearly, in the 120 epoch duration, see the DSAT move up and down, and the DSAT show where the difference is in all of the respiratory movements here. Okay, there we go, going through REM. But let's take a look and see if we can find one of the respiratory artifact so you can label it here. Alrighty, here we go. So here you can clearly see that the person is having their respiratory issues. So with all three of these channels flat, this is a central apnea. So you see all three of these channels are flat. And in the previous epic, we have a 95 DSAT, and then it goes all the way down to 92. Up, and then the person pops awake. So we're going to move to one that we can clearly see. Okay, here we go. We're at 94 here, and then the DSAT is flat at the top, and then there's still some movement. So what that means is there's an obstructed apnea here. And we go from a 94 saturation all the way down to an 87. So what you see here is a obstructive apnea, and it's also here and where the DSAT is. You mark them both. Now this one here goes down to a hypopnea. So you hit your hypopnea button at both where there's the hypopnea and the DSAT. Which you would do again here. And so by making those alterations in the epic duration, as well as in the montage, it allows you to better do the job that you have to do here, which is stage and score your sleep. So I also wanted to show that in the full montage, you can also see your snoring, you can see the respiratory flow, and you can also see the whole big picture. Sometimes I take a look at the leg movements in the 30-second duration with the full montage here, so I can look and see how many leg movements are there, and this is if the person has any restless leg movement issues. And you can see that this person has a very loud snore here in their stage 2 sleep. And their saturation is still going up and down. So I hope this review was helpful to you to be able to maneuver this inner score reliability application a little bit better on the website for AASM. And if you have any additional questions, you can email me directly and I will answer those for you in this class.